Welcome to Bench to Bold. I'm Elisa.
And I'm Marnie.
And we are so excited to have you here today. We have the amazing Adrienne with Ameliora, fashion designer, on with us today. So if you're anyone wanting to learn more about designing fashion or becoming a fashion designer, you'll want to tune in today. Hey, Adrienne, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast. It's really an honor to be amongst your other guests and have the opportunity to talk to you too. So thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you. So excited. Adrienne, let's start. Let's just jump in. So how did you start Ameliora? Tell us a little bit about that, how that came to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ameliora, I always knew I wanted to go into fashion. I have a family history in the clothing industry. The reason my family is actually in North Carolina is because my grandfather moved down and opened up factories where he would make socks and sweaters for JCPenney and Macy's. So I kind of grew up in his factories and kind of understanding the manufacturing aspect of it. And then I happened to be in New York for spring break and I stumbled into a fabric show. And that's when I discovered our signature fabric, and I touched it and it was like my brain exploded. It was this real aha moment. It's super lightweight and breathable and stretchy and machine washable. And once I felt it, I was like, wow, I think I could do something really special with this. So the idea for Ameliora really came from the combination of my love of fashion, my family history in garment manufacturing, and then this incredible fabric that I found. And it all came together, and we've been in business for about 7 years.
So what's the meaning behind Ameliora?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ameliora comes from the Latin word melior, which means to make the world a better place. And I've always loved that idea of leaving the world better off than you left it and adding good into the world.
I love that. I love that. And speaking of, I have your shirt on. Thank you so much for gifting me this shirt. I know you thought of me when you thought about the color of it because of the Carolina Panthers, but this is a fabulous shirt. I love this shirt. The main reason I love this shirt is it does not wrinkle. And you can just throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, pull it out, put it on, and head to a meeting or head to the game. But it's also dressy enough to have a meeting, to be in a board meeting or, wear it for sports. So I love that.
And it looks great on you too.
Thank you.
I know.
I love the color. Yeah, I posted it this morning on A Chic Elisa, and I've gotten so many responses to the shirt about the color. So yeah, I love it. So thank you for that.
Of course. Yeah. I think what we've heard from a lot of our customers is the same thing. They love it just because the ease of wearing it. Like you said, you can sit in a car and then get straight out and go to a meeting. You can pack it up, put in your carry-on, then when you land, put it back on. But yeah, I think definitely the ease of wearing it is what our customers love, and especially the brightness of that Carolina blue color.
So tell us the creative, what's behind making the shirt, the collection of this shirt? What's the process of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say every design or anything we do really starts from a conversation with our customers talking about, okay, what do you guys need? What are you looking for? What could make your lives better? So, are you looking for something fitted? Are you looking for something loose? Do you like a single button collar? Do you like a double button collar? So once we kind of have that idea just from talking to our customers and doing our research and seeing what they like, then we kind of go to our team and we work with some really wonderful pattern makers who then, a shirt in the beginning is a list of numbers. It's a giant spreadsheet. I want the sleeve to be this long. I want the length to be this long. I want the dart to be this long. So once we kind of have all of the numbers and know the measurements, we go to a great pattern maker who we've been working from for the entire time we've been in business. And they make our pattern and they print it out, and it's a super long roll of paper, and we get it to our factory, and our factory rolls it out on top of the fabric and then cuts piece by piece and then sews it together. So there are a lot of different aspects that go into making a shirt, but I would say it definitely all starts with a conversation.
So with saying that, there are a lot of things that go into that. What were some of the challenges in starting your brand?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the first challenge, and it's a challenge we're still working with, is just we don't have a huge marketing budget. And so trying to figure out ways to market and ways to reach customers without having that massive budget. And one of the really great ways that we've seen growth is through working with influencers like yourself and just working on social media and growing that way. But I would say definitely the budget is a recurring challenge.
How do you approach a growing luxury brand today? Like, what's your approach to that?
Absolutely. I would say one of the things we always start with is we always start with the quality. We use this incredible shirting fabric and we've always used that. So we're really rooted in quality and then the brand kind of grows from there. But when we try to add different luxury touch points that maybe the customers might not notice, but we notice is kind of adding an extra touch. Like all of our shirts have a custom made button with our logo on it. And it's something that we do because we think it adds a bit of luxury to the garment and just looking at different ways we can enhance our products and make them feel more luxurious.
So first of all, you've been able to take an idea and execute on that. And that is something that most entrepreneurs have a difficult time doing. So what do you think was your motivation to be able to say, okay, I have this great idea. I'm going to put together a business plan and then I'm going to be able to execute. How could you encourage other people that want to do that to do that? Like what made you say, I can do this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think what made me say I can do this is just I had a belief in myself and I also had a belief in my product. Like I can say with my full heart that we make the best button-up shirts on the market. And I think having the strength in our product, and also I knew that if I gave it my all, it was something that I could do. So I would definitely say having a strong product, but more importantly, having the belief in myself and knowing that I could accomplish anything I put my mind to. And in a way, I had to stop limiting myself and my abilities. So really just believing in myself was huge.
All right. So we talked a little bit about this before we were on air, but have you thought about licensing? What would your thoughts be on getting professional teams licensings or college deals? Have you thought about that?
That's something I hadn't thought about, but when you mentioned it earlier, my mind just exploded. I think that is such a fantastic way to grow the business. And there's so many different opportunities. I was in a sorority. I have a bunch of stuff with my sorority name on it, working with, different brands like Disney or professional sports, like you suggested. I think it's an incredible way. And I'm almost, embarrassed I hadn't thought about it sooner because it is such a good and smart idea for easy growth and to reach new customers. But yeah, I think it's an incredible idea.
And so who were your fashion inspirations when you said you want to start a fashion line growing up? What did you like to wear or who inspired you fashionably?
Yes, I would say my greatest fashion inspiration is my grandmother. She is the most immaculately dressed woman I've ever met. And I think what I learned from her is fashion is way more than clothes. It's about a feeling. You want to wear something that will make you feel good. You want clothes to feel like your superhero cape. And from her, I learned yes, you want to look good, but you also want to feel good. So I would say my grandmother is my greatest inspiration in terms of fashion and anything really.
That's beautiful.
So I have a question. So if you had to choose one dinner guest that you would love to sit down and have dinner with and talk fashion with, who would that be?
I would say the person I would love to sit and talk with would be Emma Grede. She is the genius behind brands like Good American, Skims, safely. Like she is such an incredible inspiration to me. And she's also a judge on Shark Tank. And what she's been able to grow and build and achieve, I find her so inspiring. And I would love to have the opportunity to just have a quick conversation with her and just kind of ask her how she did it and what advice she would have for me.
I love that. I love that. So this is one thing we haven't talked about, and everybody likes to know the answer to this question from a fashion designer like yourself. What fashion trends do you see for fall, and what do you see fading? So two-part question. So what do you see for fall? And then what do you see that's going to fade this season?
I think one of the things I see for fall is I love prints, working with different textures in prints. So I think prints will be huge for fall. And I think a silhouette that we can kind of see fading out is like the super, super, super oversized pieces. I think that was just, as like a trend coming in and coming out. But I think I am seeing a move towards more fitted silhouettes rather than something that is extremely oversized.
Me too. I've seen that with some of Alice and Olivia clothes, and I'm seeing a lot of browns too, which I'm super excited about because it's a color for me. I had a color analysis match, and that was interesting.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was fun. And brown is my color, and my closet has 0 brown and a lot of black. And she told me, throw away black and throw away white. It's not for you. And I'm like, and that's 95% of my closet.
You're not going to throw it away, but
No.
you can, maybe we can launder
So
them
I can
together.
I can transition a few more pieces in of, and then transition a few more pieces out. But yeah, so I'm super excited for fall and all the clothing coming for fall and the weather because I'm over the heat here in Charlotte. It's been crazy.
All right. So how do people find you? I know everybody's going to want to be wearing your clothes and your accessories. So how does everybody get a chance to do that?
Yes, absolutely. So you can find us online at Ameliora on all social media platforms, and you can go to our website, ameliora.com. And yes, thank you so much for having me on this podcast. It was just such an incredible opportunity to have to speak to women, to business women like you, and hear your ideas and hear your stories. So thank you for having me and sharing that with me.
And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and be with us at Bench to Bold. So go follow us on Bench to Bold on all social media platforms. We are actually on Spotify. We have a YouTube channel, and we also will be on Apple.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to having all you listeners and telling us who else we can have fabulous on our show.
That's right. And also, go check out Ameliora because she's got great stuff. And thanks for joining us today. I'm Marnie.
And I'm Elisa. And be bold.